Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Castlevania, Lord of Shadow, Mirror of Fate HD. That's a big mouthful, certainly for a title. Can I not pull myself up there? And then work myself up to a higher position? So I'm pushing right and trying to jump up, but that's not working, so I guess I'm supposed to be pushing this. Oops. So let's just make sure, yes, this is a cave-in, so we are going the right direction. Yeah, I'm gonna have to admit I'm already a little concerned for the length of this game, maybe for better or worse. Man, that is wonky. I feel like I might finish the... It feels like it auto jumps sometimes. Alright, up. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised by if it turns out that we are... I'm supposed to jump forward when steam happens, although I could just walk past it, really. I feel like I might very well finish the first act in like an hour, and that would be that. And then there's possibly only 3 acts in this whole game. One thing that I think a lot of people forget is just how incredibly short the mobile games, the Game Boy games, I mean, this would have been a DS game, but they've always been cheap. They've always been short. And I feel like that's very possibly something that people forget about. Let's see. Alright, how do we... AM view notes. X. Place. And then I'm just gonna type in some gibberish. So, just random typing of letters. But I still don't have the ability to swing or jump on that. So I don't know what I'm doing. that's the part. It's like I seriously don't know where this was supposed to happen. Okay, that took a lot of damage out of me. And frankly, you want to jump forward as fast as possible just to save time. So, jump, fall to your death. This will be an interesting idea of where the checkpoints are. So are each of these lanterns a checkpoint? No, because then that would have been a checkpoint, that would have been a checkpoint. Probably it was a checkpoint before this fight. Trying to see if I could maybe get more of an understanding of the dodge and the grab mechanic. But honestly, you're just going to tap X a lot. Right. Right. So, apparently I was supposed to climb down, make a leap. There's definitely some wonkiness where you're jumping here, and it is not... Like, I am not telling it to jump. so one charged axe does yeah. It seems like the grabs are very hard to time. It seems like the dodges are very hard to time. Let's just see if we can jump this way. Oh man. Man, there's something very, very wonky about that. Maybe I should be using the D-pad, but that would feel weird. Like, these guys hit really hard. And as fancy as I'm trying to make all this look, it's actually not that fancy. So I'm pressing down, I hit A. Now I just want to jump over here. Now I'm not pressing anything, I'm going to press up on the D-pad. That's all I wanted. And it took 3 attempts to get to that because seemingly it seems that you just will accidentally jump if you press left and right. And so how many of these notes are we gonna end up placing? I suppose it probably doesn't hurt to just mark the map. And there's also another collectible, so that'll be an interesting thing. Yeah, you can kind of just place them half in a half square. It'd be really helpful if you could actually zoom in on your map, though. I think that part of it is getting ignored. Your mini map is staying very mini. What does this do? This object cannot be used right now, return later. So
who the hell are you? Stand aside.
I don't know why you'd even talk to a ghost. Either attack it for not being human, or
What sorcery is this? No. No. Show me more, damn it.
so you have this
It's not enough. I need to see more.
ghost that can activate the Mirror of Fate, but it doesn't seem like the Mirror of Fate is doing.
My father carried. Is it still in the castle? I am here to avenge the death of my parents. I mean to end the evil that rules here. Will you stand in my way?
Interesting.
To recover that weapon. Will you help me find it? Alright, we're... Damn it!
This Belmont seems oddly Scottish or Irish in its dialogue, considering the other Belmonts. I don't know what to really take from that, but it does seem like a inconsistent. See? Left trigger and then L to roll when crouched. Alright. Again. I think I might be going the wrong way, actually. Let's go back this direction. Twice now we've seen on the map where it is really just put us in We cannot go through Deadly Waterfall with the current. Okay. So yeah, we're running into some very Metroidvania-esque barriers, and so there is definitely an argument to come back. And is this gonna hurt me if I touch the water? Seems like they intentionally wanted me to touch the water there to die. I can say I already hate the climbing elements of this game. And because I guess this is going to be a boss fight. Glowing orb. Terribly animated. It's probably looked perfectly fine on the 3DS. Now we've got some harpies. So now you have a land-based creature. Both the harpy and the ghost are seemingly kind of, you found the spirit of Belnatus. Press L bump to summon her now. Interesting. Is she a shield? Spirit will help summon block enemy attacks, however, every successful block consumes magic. Kill the enemies to collect magic orbs and replenish your magic level. Enemies killed with your magic active will not drop any magic orbs. Alright. So it's basically a shield. I suppose the Castlevania series is a series you would want to introduce to kids. So you would go with the nippleless boobs, particularly in the time that it was coming out. We now have a magic meter. And we're going to have magical barriers that block us from leaving it fights. See, now what you'd want to do is be able to jump up and grab a harpy every time, but that's not really what's happening here. So it's not particularly a healing magic as much as it's a shield magic. I assume that's the woman that these tunnels were designed for. Alright, so when we're here, if we just jump down here in the water, actually I don't want to do that. This is a magic font used to recover magic. So now we want to keep our magic. The spirit can also protect Simon from other hazards like steam traps. Interesting, but that takes magic, so you would have to be on that left bump pretty consistently if that's what you were going to do. So if you have enough of a state of mind that you know you need to protect yourself from damage that you can hit. What was this? Let's see. I hit the wrong buttons. And we found one of 5 things in the Forgotten Cave. And so we actually, it's going to tell us on the map. So the map on the left, the overworld simplified map, seems to be the entirety of the game. I assume most of the time we're going to spend in here. And interesting, we have only apparently 2 kinds of throwable weapons and 2 kinds of magical spells. And we've unlocked one more thing. Alright. So over here is one of these again, if we need it. But I don't think we need it. Use the spirit of Belmonts to protect you. Well, that took out half of my magic. So it's good to know how much that takes. Seems like all these fountains unlock this. This seems unnecessary that we would have to go through 2 of these at the same time. That seems like just a miscommunication in different level designers. Like, I don't like the fact that I have to hit right trigger to am I supposed to be going this way? To let go of the box. It seems like an unnecessary extra thing. Maybe this is a puzzle? Yeah. In general, you would just want it to let go of the box once I stopped moving and just stood still for half a second. Right. So yeah, this might be a bit of a puzzle where you have to have your magic at the maximum so you can work through all of the deadly waterfalls. There's more of that wonkiness. And I guess you don't lose magic with it on, so like it's not consuming magic constantly, it's just on. Now I'm down to a quarter. Totally jumped one. So I might as well just take some damage, and if I'm in close quarter combat, I should have just thrown the axe immediately. Like I should always throw an axe. So yeah, this feels like a puzzle, a maze. And I wish I could control the camera a little bit more. I don't know what I'm actually doing here, but this feels like something I should be doing. I'm not sure if this is... Well, there would have been a mistake. Honestly, at this level, it seems like this is a puzzle designed to frustrate you. in a weird way, it doesn't feel quite right for a seasoned Castlevania player, but it also feels kind of weirdly like just weirdly difficult for a kid's game. And on top of that, wonky jumpy jumping. I'd only really taken one hit. You're still way better off not taking damage ever. So I think what we're doing is just getting from point A to point B until we can get the cross, and then we're gonna have to come back over and do it again. Yeah. Didn't mean to throw a thing there. Okay, so we know we have only one ammo when we get the heart now. That's good to know. So I would ideally want to stay very consistently at 4, or the max number of throwing axes that you can have, -1. So if I run across any barrels, those barrels will refill me to the max without me feeling like I maybe messed up. What we're not seeing in the barrels is any indication that we would ever get life or magic, and I have yet to see any wall chickens or anything like that. So let's place another point. Yeah, coming back to the map quite a bit. What I imagined what would happen is that we pretty quickly will get the cross, and that this won't be halfway through the game that we get the cross that we can swing from, because if that's the case, then that would be silly. And there's no way up there, so there's a collectible I can't get. I assume just green liquid is always going to be bad. If the halfway point of the game is getting across, then we're gonna probably see a lot of repetition. Yeah, the throwing axe works pretty good on the harpies. There might have been something down there. Well, enemies do drop throwing axes sometimes. I probably should... Well, I guess it doesn't matter, but I was about to say I probably should turn off the shield so that I could collect magic from the enemies. Feel a little shortchanged on this map. Like, feels like there's quite a lot of stuff that we've walked by intentionally because we can't access it yet. But this elevator, I think it's entering the castle. Let's run this direction and see what's over here. An increased health. Seems like we're increasing our health a little quickly too, which is more of a thought that this is going to be a shorter game. There could be some new armor, but I don't think Castlevania is particularly known for being an armor style game, unlike the Metroid series where like Metroid series you get quite a bit of armor. Left or right? I think they intended you to go right, so let's go left first. No, this is just a wall. I guess there's no guarantee that these barrels respawn, but who knows? We've got these giant knights that probably will come to life and attack us. As I entered the main hall, the lights flickered for a moment, distorting the shadows and revealing dozens of eerie skulls before me. From within their empty sockets, eyes seemed to be watching me, waiting for something. The lights flickered again, and my fears are realized. The skulls now lie ever closer. A sharp whistle comes from the end of the corridor. The lights go out. Is this the end? How could you write that seconds before you died? The only way that would be true is if that was written and he survived and something else happened. So we have like this plague doctor with hounds, hellhounds, in terrible CG. Now, of course, since I haven't really played the Castlevania series, none of these characters, if they're supposed to be very recognizable, famous characters, have any recognizability to this. Alright. That barely did any damage at all. I probably need to be using Y on this guy. He's hitting me and my shield was taking the brunt of it. So I got into the second phase, which is fine, except for the fact that I've taken way too much health damage. I need to stay back and try and not hit this guy, because I'm about to die and I have gotten nowhere as far as figuring out how to avoid things. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter though, like, unless this is, yeah, this is just gonna straight up checkpoint me at half health and half magic, so I can just use that to build up my magic and let's see. This guy seems like he gets knocked down with my Y attack. So if you can just break the pattern enough to go to the next section, you're kind of fine. And if I could learn to dodge with the left trigger, his controls don't feel very familiar these days. And instead of having like the Nintendo 3 option thing, it's apparently I'm supposed to just avoid damage. Now I just have to tap A. So it seems like it's a 4 or 5 phase attack. And I don't know how many bosses we're actually going to end up fighting. And you've got this extra shield, and this pattern is hardly difficult. Seems like they... I'm attacking the wrong direction half the time. One more phase. And it seems to be pretty tight figure 8 jumps. Which I don't know how well this would work on the 3DS. It'd probably be about as good as it is now. The idea of calling this HD is kind of laughable too. It's at best a slight improvement, I imagine, of the 3DS graphics. It's hardly a re-rendering of... Alright, so if I die here, which is a good chance, maybe I should just run away from one side to the other. That might be a smarter move. Like, I don't know if it really would have helped any, frankly, if this had been if the graphics had been improved more, though. You still are going to have what feels like a pretty short game. So at what point is that going to reload me to? At this point, it does feel like this is closer to a game that I probably would have had a better experience with if I had simply just played it on easy. I'm not sure you're getting really much of anything if you play this on normal or hardcore mode. Maybe it is a matter of pride, and frankly that's part of the things that scare me about playing some of the original Castlevania games is the idea of, oh, if I wanted to be considered even a person who's actually even played Castlevania for real, I'd have to play it on its very possibly only available difficulty mode. Apparently the shield does drain over time. It's just kind of slow. I think I'm possibly getting a little bit better here. So yeah, I think you're just supposed to run from one edge to the other and kind of roll. But when he comes out of here, he seems to always get you in this part. But you have to be within a certain level to even hit him with the Y attack. So I'm kind of pushing this about as far as possible to try and keep him away. And grab. And cut off his head with something that I wouldn't even guess was sharp. And he gets eaten by his own skeever rats. And turned into a giant skeever. So interesting, you get shown that element, but then you don't fight that guy immediately, which is kind of good because you kind of need not to fight that guy. Again, that would be a little too repetitive. We're at level 4 of potentially 18. We've in the air, if we hold X, we'll do the guillotine attack. We haven't unlocked any new bestiary, but I imagine we will as soon as we walk forward. And yeah, we're just chugging along. That's another 30 minutes. So as always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. Hopefully boss fights won't all end up like that where I'm just dying over and over again, but I wouldn't be surprised if that kind of is how it's gonna go. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me even further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.